Hey guys, it's Christy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're taking it back to basics. I've been getting a few requests on how to do makeup for beginners, and basically this is what makeup for beginners looks like. It's simple yet super stunning. So if you want to see how I created this gorgeous look, then stay tuned and keep on watching. So before you start with your makeup, you always want to first apply on your moisturizer, your sunscreen and your eye cream. I've done this off camera and then we are ready to apply on makeup. Next, I'm going in with a primer. I'm using the Avon Magic Shine and Control Primer, using a little on my finger and applying that to my face. I cannot stress enough the importance of a primer before applying on your foundation because it creates a base on your face. It's going to make your makeup last longer, it's going to make your makeup smoother, and there's different types of primers for different types of skin, and it would depend on your skin need. If you have oily skin, dry skin, or if you simply want to smooth out your pores, without a primer your makeup will sink into your pores and your makeup will not last longer. So don't skip the step. Next, I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade Cool Buff. I'm applying just a little to the back of my palm, and I'm going to warm this using a blending foundation brush, and now I'm applying it to my face. As you can see, I'm using a buffing technique and I'm just applying the product, and I'm using circular motions to blend this all over my face. Now, foundation depends on your skin type. There's different foundations for different skin types, and there are foundations for oily skin, dry skin and combination skin. But foundations will also depend on your preference. If you prefer a more full coverage foundation or a more sheer, dewy or natural coverage foundation, these would depend on your skin needs and your personal preference. Now remember, the main things to understand when you are trying to pick out a foundation is to firstly get your color matched properly, and this you can do at your local retail stores. You need to obviously know if you are a pink undertone or a yellow undertone, and then to get your color matched first, and then you can decide whether you want a more fuller coverage or a light coverage or a medium coverage, and also if you want a more matte finished foundation or a more sheer, dewy, natural finish. However, we are doing a more beginner friendly makeup look, so we are keeping this foundation as natural as possible. And as you can see, I've continued to go from one side of my face to the rest of my face using a circular motion and just buffing all of that product in, and you can see that it's blended in quite smoothly. I'm now going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Orange. The shade will depend on your skin complexion. If you are from medium to dark complexion, you will use an orange corrector. If you are more light to fair skin complexion, you will use a more peach corrector. And remember to first prime your eyes using an eye cream, which I have done off camera, before you go in with any concealer under your eye area. Now this step is only if you have darkness under your eye area. You're going to use a little corrector and just blend that through under your eye area using a blending brush. If you have no dark circles or darkness under your eye area, you can skip this step completely. Next, I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Medium Beige. Now this concealer is 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, and the reason you want to use a concealer that is 2 shades lighter than your skin tone is basically to conceal and brighten up the under eye area. So I'm applying this to my under eye area, and I'm going in with a damp beauty blender and I'm blending this through. If you do not have a beauty blender, you can use your finger and just pat that gently on your under eye area. Always remember, if you're going in with a beauty blender, first dampen it with water and then use a paper towel to squeeze out that extra water before applying it onto your face. And you can see that as I'm blending it through, whatever extra product is left, I'm just applying that to my lid. And already you can see that one side is brightened up. Going in on the other side and doing the same, just patting it gently on my under eye area and just spreading out that product evenly all over my under eye area and on my lid as well. I'm now ready to set my face, and I'm using the LA Girl Pro powder in the shade Banana. Now this is a setting powder, so you want to use a powder puff or a brush. I'm going in with the powder puff, picking up some product and removing the excess on the back of my palm. Now before applying this powder, I want to go back in with my beauty blender and just pat all of that concealer back in before I apply my powder puff with my powder on my under eye area. The reason for this is because if you have had any creases that have remained from your concealer, if you go in with your powder, you are going to set your powder into those creases. So you first want to go back in with your beauty blender, dab all of that concealer back into your skin, removing all of those creases, and then go in with your powder puff and apply on your powder. And as you can see, I'm just going in all of the areas where I usually get oily and just patting all of the powder into my skin, so locking in all of that concealer. I'm now going in with a brush and just brushing off all of that excess powder from my face. It's time for bronzer. I'm using the Revolution Iconic Lights and Contour Pro palette. Again, dusting off product. And the trick to applying on bronzer is to start from your forehead, bring it down to your cheeks, and then to your jawline, creating a number 3 shape. Bronzer is going to give you a sun-kissed glow and just add a little bit definition to your face. I'm now going in with the LA Girl Island Hottie Blush Palette, picking up some of this pink shade, dusting off some product and applying it to the apples of my cheeks. Now you want to blend from the apples of your cheeks and blend towards the top of your ears. Blush is an instant pick-me-up for your face. You never want to miss out on blush. You can see that it's already giving me color to my face and giving me an instant lift. I'm going to do the same on the other side, applying it to the apples of my cheeks and blending towards the top of my ears. Now, if you feel at this point you've maybe applied on too much blush, you can always take a clean brush or your foundation brush or your powder brush and gently buff the edges off. Now, colors for blush will depend on your personal preference. Just don't leave your house without blush. It's an instant game changer. I'm now going in with brows, using a spoolie brush to brush through my brows. Your makeup is just not complete if you have not done your brows. So you first want to use a spoolie and brush through your brows. Now, everyone's brows are different. If your brows need some help like mine's do, then you want to fill them, making sure to keep them as natural as possible. A simple guide is to start from the side of your nose and end at the outer corner of your eye. So for brows, I'm going in with the Maybelline Express Brow Pencil in the shade Deep Brown. This eyebrow pencil is excellent for creating those fine hair-like strokes because it has such a fine point tip to it. And as you can see, I'm just drawing a line on the bottom of my brow and doing the same on the top of my brow. Brows differ from person to person, and shaping them is according to your personal preference, whether you prefer more rounded brows or more arched brows. All I'm doing now is just filling in the sparse areas, and as you can see, my brows start from the side of my nose, and this is the area where it's most sparse. So I'm just filling in using hair-like strokes, and the trick to creating perfect hair-like strokes is to have a very light hand when using your eyebrow pencil. So you should be holding your brow pencil towards the middle of the brow pencil as opposed to the tip of the brow pencil. This will allow your hand to be much more lighter and more gentle when you are doing your hair-like strokes. And as you can see, that this eyebrow that I've already done is so much more natural looking. However, it has been shaped exactly how I wanted it to be shaped, and it looks like I have much more hair on this eyebrow. Doing the same thing on the other side, just filling in the sparse areas and going in for hair-like strokes at the beginning of my brow, very gently and with a very light hand as possible. Remember, brows do take time and practice to get them right, and don't be hard on yourself. They don't need to be twins as long as they look like sisters. Now I'm going in with the spoolie side of this eyebrow pencil, which is why I love this eyebrow pencil, because it has a spoolie brush to it. And I'm now basically just brushing all of that product that I applied onto my brows in an upward direction. This is going to allow for your product to spread evenly onto your eyebrow, making it as natural as possible. I'm going in with the Essence Lash and Brow Eyebrow Gel, and I'm using a spoolie, picking up some product and just brushing it through my brows. Now this step is completely optional, however it does leave your brows so much more natural, fluffier, and it also sets all of that product in place. Next is lashes. I'm using this eyelash curler and just applying it to my eyelashes and just squeezing it a few times. This is automatically going to give my lashes a lift and a curl, and as you can see that this lash is already looking so much more lifted and curled compared to the other side. I'm doing the same thing on the other side, using the eyelash curler and squeezing it a few times very gently, and this is going to just lift and curl my lashes. I'm now going in with the Essence I Love Extreme Volumizing Mascara. I absolutely love this mascara. It's inexpensive and it leaves my lashes looking fuller, longer, and lifted. And curling your lashes before applying on mascara makes a huge difference. It's going to give your lashes an instant lift. I'm applying a few coats of mascara to my lash, and I'm going in on the bottom lash as well, applying on a few coats of mascara to my bottom lash, and you can apply on as many coats of mascara on your lashes as you prefer. Just don't leave the house without mascara because it takes your lashes from drab to fab. I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Hello Halo highlighter. I'm using a small tapered brush and applying some to the apples of my cheeks, and look at that glow. Like, even though highlighter is optional and personal preference, but why would you want to leave your house without this glow? Like, this is just snatched right here. So I'm applying some to my cheeks and to the bridge of my nose, and I'm a little extra, so I like to put a little above my eyebrows. But again, highlighter is optional and it is for areas that you want that sun-kissed glow. I like to also add some to my inner corners of my eye. Finally, for lips, I'm going in with the Rimmel Lasting Finish Lip Liner in the shade Brownie Pie, and just applying this to the outer line of my lips, and then going in with the MAC Matte Lipstick in shade Derira. This is a more rich chocolate shade, and just applying that all over my lip. Now remember, for lip shades and textures, this is your personal preference. I want to create a more nude effect, so I'm going over it with the Avon matte lipstick in the shade Or Natural, and as you can see, it gives my lips a more natural nude effect. Now I want to add some gloss onto my lips. So I'm going in with the Avon Ultra Color Lip Gloss in the shade Rusty Luster, just to give it that finishing touch, just to add a little bit more shine and gloss to my lips. Finally, you want to go in with a setting spray. I'm using the Elegol Pro Setting Spray. Spray it with an arm's length away from your face, and this is going to allow your makeup to stay in place and lock all of that makeup in. Allow it to dry and you're good to go. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please do hit the thumbs up on this video and let me know if I've made this as beginner friendly for you in the comments below. Also, if you want to see more content like this, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that notification bell as well, so you'll be notified every time I post content like this. So guys, that's it from me. I will see you in the next one. Bye!